Hey, you YouTube and Snapchat and fuckers. Thanks for stopping in for another episode of the Friday Wrap-Up. So, we all made it through one more week. Okay, that's 1 week closer to 2021, and hopefully all this bullshit is behind us. But we got a long way to go, so, hang in there, guys. So before we get started, I'd like to tip my hat to the good people over at Saranac Brewery. Yep, today I'm drinking a pumpkin spice beer. Now let me tell you why. Every so often, now it's the official start of the fall season. Okay, so every so often you got to do a little something fall-y. And I know I make fun of everybody with the pumpkin spice. That doesn't mean I don't like it. It's just that there's too much of it out there. And every so often, I do like a pumpkin spice beer. Not as much as I used to, because I discovered a few things about pumpkin spice beer that last year actually. If you drink too much of this shit, because it is brewed with pumpkins. Okay, and I'm not a big fan of pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin pie or anything with pumpkin in it. People who say, "Oh, I like pumpkin," they belong in a fucking straitjacket. Okay, but this has got more of a pumpkin spice flavor than an actual pumpkin flavor. So that's why I like the Saranac. There's a lot of other ones out there. They are all shit. Just buy this one. But I discovered that if you drink a lot of pumpkin beer, because it is brewed with pumpkins have a lot of fiber in it. Okay, and apparently that transfers over in the brewing process. So, you drink too much of this shit, it'll turn your ass into a fucking cannon. So just, drink responsibly. Have one or two, and then switch to the regular shit. Okay? Otherwise, the next morning, you ain't gonna be too happy. I'll tell you that right now. And if you live with anybody, they ain't gonna be too happy with you either, because it causes a lot of aggressive shitting. So, there you go. Salud, drink up and be... Okay, so, now, on to our Corona update. So, just when you thought it couldn't get any fucking worse, it does. It does. I'm tired of saying it. What else could happen? Because I get an answer every fucking time. So, you get this shit. News outlets are now starting to report that the coronavirus is now mutating into something stronger. Because that's what we need. All right? So, apparently... this new version of it contains higher loads of the virus, and therefore it makes it more contagious. And apparently, it's able to defeat the masks and the social distancing. And look, I'm not making this shit up. It was on Fox News. New York Post has it. As a matter of fact, all of the new cases that are reported now reflect these mutations. So, the virus is evolving. It's a living organism, and it's adapting. Because whoever created this shit made it that way. Okay. If you don't believe that this was fucking man-made, there's something wrong inside your head. Okay? So, basically, bottom line here is this. The fucking world is coming to an end. Okay? It is. That's it. I mean, why not? We got biblical plagues vis-a-vis the coronavirus, sharks surrounding the island, earthquakes, murder hornets. Okay? There's earthquakes in New Jersey, hurricanes, liberals. What the fuck else? What else? I'm afraid to say it, but what else? Okay, the volcano's gonna show up in my fucking driveway now on Tuesday. Watch. I mean, already, Boston has run out of toilet paper. You get that? Okay, so it's starting now. People are starting to fucking panic. We're gonna have another goddamn shutdown. They're already buying all the toilet paper and paper towels. So please get out there and secure your paper goods. Okay, but think of other people, because other people gotta wipe their asses too. Now, when you go on the CDC's website and you look up, symptoms of COVID or any information whatsoever, now you get this. You get a picture of Anthony Fauci going like this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know nothing. That's the fucking answer you get, okay, from the CDC. They don't know shit. All right? So, like I said, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Let's just hope it don't get too much worse, but that's your Corona update. I should do a shot after every one of these segments. I guarantee by the end of this fucking broadcast, I'd be on the floor. All right, so, kids, get your tickets out, because we're getting ready to get on the crazy train. Oh, bud! Woo, woo! Here we go. So, get this shit. The DOJ, for those that you don't know, it's the Department of Justice, has labeled New York City, among among a few other liberal-controlled cities, they've labeled them as anarchist jurisdictions. Okay, so New York City specifically, they labeled as an anarchist jurisdiction, and this has Governor Nostrils and Mayor Muppet Hands fucking confused. They don't seem to understand why the Department of Justice looked at New York City and goes, this is an anarchist jurisdiction. I mean, maybe it has something to do with the rampant fucking crime. I mean, there's people running through the streets, biting each other, looting and robbing and burning. There's protests everywhere. I mean, if it's a Tuesday, they're protesting that it ain't fucking Monday. There's vagrancy. There's homeless people, sexual offenders, and jerking off in front of fucking Dwayne Reed. Just having a grand old time. Okay? People are fleeing the city in droves. And these two fuckheads don't get it. They're looking around going, I don't understand. Why would they call us an anarchist jurisdiction? Why? We got a fucking Momo for a mayor that couldn't punch his way out of a wet paper bag with 2 razor blades attached to his fucking Kermit fingers. All he does is stim back and forth and rock. And they don't understand why the Department of Justice said, anarchist jurisdiction. Gee, I mean, I can't understand that confusion myself. As a matter of fact, they're saying that it's political. They're saying that the DOJ labeled it anarchist because it's political. And Muppet Hands went one step further to say the reason they said that is because it's racist. I swear to God, I'm quoting. That's exactly what he said. He called it racist. Why? They made no racial inference at all. They didn't say anything was racial. It's just, you got 2 fucking retards, okay, that don't know how to do their job and have basically wrecked the state and even further wrecked the city. But they want to say it's racist. You fucking kidding me? You know, and the reason that these fucking morons are bitching like this is because it jeopardizes federal funding. So the Fed said, basically, you know, until this shit gets straightened out, we ain't giving you any money. So they went fucking ballistic with that. So I mean, to me, the problem is relatively easy to solve. Fix the fucking problem in the city, and then you get your money. It's pretty fucking simple. But then again, what do I know? I'm not a politician. I don't run the city. I don't run the state. So what the fuck does some idiot on a YouTube channel know, right? Anyway, so that brings me to the next stop on the crazy train. And that's all of this shit that's going on with Brianna Taylor. Every week, it's something. Okay, every week. So, you know, for those of you that have been living under a fucking rock, apparently what had happened was cops had executed a warrant in this girl's apartment, and, you know, the media said that the police murdered her. You know, I don't understand how these fucks aren't sued for libel and slander. So what happened was she got shot and killed, okay, as a result of the gunshot. Now, let me explain to you what had happened, because now they had the case. They had a hearing to see if the police should be brought up on criminal charges, and they weren't, okay, at least not for the charge of murder. One police officer was charged for, you know, endangerment, because maybe he acted a little too brashly, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But they didn't release the case fact until the hearing, so they just come to light. And it's shit I've been speculating about from the very beginning. And I've said this on the show, okay? There's more to this case than a couple cops kicking in the door and just blasting people. So here's what happened. They did have a no-knock warrant, but they did, in fact, knock and announce. Usually the police will do that even on a no-knock, okay? So now, Brianna Taylor herself is being martyrized and again made to look like a victim. Now, granted, she made a series of bad decisions, and that's no reason for her to be killed. So, you know, the killing was indeed an accident. But let's not fucking sugarcoat anything. This chick was not an innocent party to this crime, okay? So, first of all, they keep saying she was an EMT. She hasn't been an EMT since 2017, after she was fucking terminated, probably from stealing drugs off of the job. And I'll tell you why I said that, okay? Her boyfriend, who's been in and out of jail for fucking drug running, all that bullshit about this is the fucking, delightful human being that she was shacked up with, which is the reason why she got fucking popped in the first place. So, she was on that warrant. They were actually investigating her along with the guy because she was also dealing drugs along with her boyfriend. They have her on video surveillance doing it. They have her on actual fucking taped phone calls between her and her boyfriend while he was in jail. So you're on a fucking jail telephone. These idiots don't understand that they're being recorded, conspiring to deal drugs and run drugs. And they have her cold, hard evidence on video showing her dealing drugs. So this is someone who sells poison to our children, okay? Basically. Just to put this in fucking perspective for you retards that are going, oh, she was murdered. She wasn't fucking murdered. Settle down. Okay? And honestly, not really a big loss. If most of the drug dealers got fucking shot or locked up, we're not really losing out on a lot of fucking, pinnacles of society here. Let's call it as it is, okay? And that has nothing to do with race, okay? They could be white drug dealers, Hispanic drug dealers, black drug. I don't give a fuck, okay? You're a criminal. Now, let me give you guys a little insight, and I'm not going to elaborate as to why I know this, but I guess you could pick it up. When you get into that life, okay, that criminal life, you have to understand that there are consequences that come along with your new career choice, okay? Typically, you leave that life one of two ways. Either with 6 of your best friends carrying you by the fucking handles in a pine box, or you spend the rest of your life rotting in an 8x8 fucking cell. Okay? That's really how it works out. Sometimes, if you're smart and you're lucky, you could retire and not have any fucking headaches. But you never, ever, ever get out 100%. Okay? So anything that fucking happens to you, have to expect as a part of the outcome. You have to, keep that in mind, okay? And don't be fucking shocked when it happens. So what happened here was this. One, she was not in bed like the media, wants to tell you, okay? They heard the police announced and then kicked the door in, and her fucking asshole boyfriend started blasting. Who knows if he used her as a body shield, which probably he did. Because he didn't get hit, she did. So she had to be in front. So either she jumped in front of the police as they were fucking returning fire and defending themselves, or he grabbed her and used her as a body shield. Wouldn't put it past the fucking guy. Okay, so unfortunately, she was accidentally killed. But that doesn't mean the cops did anything wrong. They were doing their fucking job and they were defending themselves. Okay? So we all and of course, naturally, nobody listens to the facts. They listen to what the media says because the media is just telling you a story for real. Now all these jerk-offs are fucking marching and protesting. They don't understand. They want justice. And meanwhile, what they simply don't understand is the facts of the fucking case. If they took a minute, and it's just easily available information, and just looked at what happened, maybe they go, oh. Okay, it's very simple. If you raise your children right, they will not gravitate towards criminals. They will not go into a life of crime. They'll have a fucking brain in their head where they go, you know what? My life is worth more than that. I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to deal with these people. I'm going to go and do something better. Plenty of people out there of all different fucking colors who are not even remotely scared of the police. You know why? They're not fucking criminals. Okay? And then again, if you're going to be a criminal, at least be a fucking smart one. When the cops catch you, go, okay, that's it. Game over. Let your attorney do the rest of the fucking talking from that point on. Don't try to be a cowboy. It ain't the fucking movies. You're gonna end up in a body bag. And you know what that means? Now, I gotta sit here and watch this shit on TV. I gotta get fucking inconvenienced by a bunch of idiots who don't understand, that are walking back and forth and protesting. And of course, because of civil unrest, let's burn everything and loot, because that gets your point across. I'm tired of these fucking protests. These bunch of goddamn little Marys. Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Better still, go get a job. It's kind of hard to protest when you're working. Just saying. I hope they stop all their unemployment checks. Just to prove my point. Another little stop on the crazy train. I'm going to make a little side stop here. There was a lady in Ohio. This is funny. She goes to a high school football game, right? And she refused to wear a mask. I don't know what malfunction she's having. But they called the police, and cops show up. Again, she acted like an asshole. All right, refused to refused to put the mask on, and guess what? The cop fucking tasered her, put her in handcuffs, and took her off. Now, that must have been hilarious to watch. I saw the video on the news, and I almost fell down laughing from the sound that she made when he tasered her. Now, here's a fact of the case. The lady was white. The cop was black. He tasered her. Now, did he have to taser her? I don't know. Maybe not. But she was probably fucking irritating, and this guy was probably just had enough, and it was just easier to electrocute her. I can't say that I blame the guy. Okay? Could that be considered police brutality? Yeah, it could. Actually, it could be considered excessive force. Do you see anybody marching? No. Do you see me disagreeing with anything that police officer did? No. Okay? I don't care what color she was wrong. Cops said put your fucking mask on. She should have put her fucking mask on or left. He had to taser and take her out in handcuffs. End of the story. No problems, no worries, no hassle. You know how often that happens? Point is, the media didn't make a big deal of that story. Now, if you reverse it, that would have been the next fucking march and riot, okay? So my point is, the media is just fucking with your heads, you fucking retards. Stop listening. Use your head. Fact check it. Okay? That's what we have the internet for now. Right on. Okay, so, moving along. Get this is big news. The MTA this week announced officially that they're making shitting on the subway illegal. How is this not a law before? That was my question. And do we really need to make this a law? Like, I mean, shouldn't it be common sense that taking a shit in the middle of the fucking subway is just a little unsavory? That should be considered a public lewdness? Okay? No, they just now had to put it on the books and go, okay, all right, all you subway shitters, stop it. Otherwise, you go to jail for taking a shit on this. What did they do before? Give him a fucking warning? Stop that. I mean, it's just... So, if you were worried about this in the past, now, you see something, say something. You see someone taking a shit next to you on the subway, call an MTA cop, okay? They'll jump right into action. And next up, this is a good one. Remember a couple months back, everybody went fucking crazy. Brand names, Uncle Ben's, Aunt Jemima's, everybody was changing their fucking the names of their product because it was racist. Well, finally, Uncle Ben's has announced its new product name and logo. So we are going from Uncle Ben's, the official name changes from Uncle Ben's Rice to Ben's. So it's going to be called Ben's Original Rice. So it's just... The box is going to stay the same color orange. The writing is going to be blue. They dropped the logo of the nice black gentleman in the tuxedo. And apparently the word uncle is now racist because they took that out too. I must have missed that memo. Because, when I was a kid, when you called someone who wasn't a relative, aunt or uncle, it was out of a sign of respect. Shit, I had a ton of fucking non-blood uncles. They were better to me than some of my real uncles, I mean, but apparently now the term uncle or aunt is considered to be racist. Growing up, here's a fun fact about me. I had a black aunt. Okay, I called her aunt, Aunt Barbara. She was the nicest lady in the world. She did kind of remind me of Aunt Jemima. She always had that do-rag on her head. She lived right next door to me. She was good friends with my grandmother. And again, I had a sign of respect. I called this lady Aunt Barbara. And, older lady, her and her husband, they were the nicest people. They were from South Carolina. They didn't have any children. And she adored me. She just used to love to feed me. It's why I know a lot about soul food. I mean, this woman made the best fried chicken I've ever had. And she's the reason why I have this ungodly obsession with sweet potato pie. I've been trying to find sweet potato pie that could even come close to this. It's like chasing your first high. It's almost impossible. She was the most wonderful woman in the world. But I call her aunt, okay? Because that's what she asked me to call her, and that was a sign of respect. Now, apparently, I was being racist to this poor lady all these years. I had no idea. Sorry, Aunt Barbara. Imagine this shit. Anyway, so... like I said, there's a lot of products that were saying that they were going to change their name because it sounded, racist. So, naturally, I came up with some suggestions of my own. Like Eskimo Pie was one of these brands. They said they were going to drop that because apparently it offended Eskimos. So I came up with a new name. So instead of being called Eskimo Pie, they should call their ice cream Snow Pussy. Spick and Span should change their name to Hispanically Clean. And Aunt Jemima. I got one for Aunt Jemima, too. Don't think I forgot about her. Aunt Jemima should change their name to I Can't Believe It's Not Racist Syrup Anymore. There you go. You're welcome, America. Okay, there you go. And I got a suggestion for Wheaties, too. Wheaties, what they should start doing now is putting pictures of kneeling NFL and NBA players on the box and then putting their rap sheets on the back. Okay? Because, some good reading material around breakfast time is nice, I think. So, those are your crazy Oh, wait, there's one more. There's one more stop on the crazy train, a bonus stop. You ready for this? Toot, toot. Here we go. So, I think it was like 2 episodes ago, I said all the fucking holidays are going to be canceled, right? Okay. Well, New Year's Eve has been another casualty of COVID. So New York City has now announced that the Times Square ball drop will be virtual this year instead of actually in Times Square. So it's going to be virtual. Instead, they're going to repurpose Times Square for BLM protests and for homeless sex offenders and vagrants to masturbate and yell at imaginary people while shitting on the sidewalks. As a matter of fact, the guys at midnight, special treat, at midnight, all the homeless people are going to strip down and ejaculate and shit at the same time while they're singing the score from West Side Story. That should be magical. So, but if you want to watch the ball drop instead, then I guess put on Channel 7 or 4, whatever the fuck channel it's on. So, there you go. That's your Crazy Train update, okay? So, Crazy Train's going to pull into the station. So, sports update. Here we go. The Yankees have officially secured 8th place in the playoffs. And then they've consistently lost every single fucking game since. So, I can't wait until next week to see what kind of misery this fucking brings. Okay, my guess is they get knocked out probably second leg of these playoffs. The Jets and the Giants are both playing on Sunday. My prediction here is that they're both going to lose. So, it's supposed to be nice Sunday. Don't waste your fucking time. The NFL has fined 4 teams, I believe it's 4 teams, $250,000 apiece, okay, because their coaches weren't wearing masks on the sidelines, okay, but they're still allowing their players to kneel down, kneel down, roll around, pee on each other, skip around in little circles, giggle, tickle each other's nipples, all during the national anthem. So that's okay. But your coach has to wear a mask. Fucking NFL priorities. So there you go. Now, I can't believe I forgot to tell you guys this. Last week, I saw something that just delighted me to no end. And I can't believe it fucking slipped my mind to tell you. But you all know how I feel about people on bicycles in traffic, using their bicycle as main form of transportation. I have a bit of an issue with that. Well, last week, one morning, I'm driving to work, and I saw some guy get fucking hit on a bicycle and thrown. I mean, it was 2 young girls, these poor girls, minding their business, there's jerk-offs on a bike. Instead of curbing it, he swings out in front of them. They tag him and fucking send him flying onto the sidewalk. He landed. Now, I was, about 30, 40 feet away when this happened. Like, I saw the guy go up and hit the sidewalk with his face. He was all banged up. Now, by the time I passed him, these 2 girls were out of the car. They were nervous. They're giving him a bottle of water. He's sitting there like this. Yeah, all fucked up and confused. He didn't understand what happened. His bicycle's all twisted. I laughed all the way to work. It made my whole day. It was almost better than seeing a midget dancing. I couldn't have been smiling more. It made everybody nervous because they don't like when I smile. It hurts their soul. But that just made my day. So I apologize for not telling you that last week. I guess we had a lot of important stuff to cover. We had some information to share about Mayor Muppet Hands show. That probably was forefront in my mind. So there's that. Okay. Now, I always have my little quirky weekly observations, and this week was no different. So, last weekend, and I got to phrase this carefully because I don't want to get anybody in any trouble. I went to, let's call it a fundraiser. Okay, I went to a fundraiser at some place. And when I walked up, it was like it was a fucking mutant prom. I mean that's basically what it is. Like they had it in a parking lot, and in the parking lot it was fenced in, and it looked like a bunch of caged retards. I swear to God, it looked like activity time at Bellevue. Like listen. First of all, white people can't dance. Like I'm talking like white people. They can't fucking dance. If you're Italian, you're Hispanic, you got rhythm. You can move. Black people, you might say this is a racist comment, but this is a good stuff. You guys got rhythm for days. You could twerk for hours. It's a magical thing. I of course appreciate it. Now, but there are like these white middle-aged people that just have no business even fucking breathing, much less moving. So when I walked up, they had a band playing, and you see these people. There was one guy. And then you see them, and then you see the women, the best. They're trying to twerk, and it was like watching a stroke in slow motion. I said, well, who let these fucking people out? Like, do they have chaperones? Like, where's their leashes? Like, I don't understand. I mean, look, there was one lady. I think she was a lady. I don't know. She kind of looked like Alfred Molina, but she was holding a fucking turtle. A live turtle. I don't know, but maybe it was her date. She's just walking around. She had like a half, like a sports bra on, her fucking guts hanging out. She's wearing hot pink pants. Her hair was purple. She was wearing like this white Comanche war paint, and then like she painted like her eyebrows, but like they went like this way, like across the side. And she had like the football players have like that shit on their. And she's walking around with a fucking turtle. She couldn't fit in her shoes. They were too small, so she's hanging. Clearly, this woman needed to be fucking medicated. Like, I don't understand who lets them out. And then, like I said, they had a band. And sometimes, like, when you go see, like, a lot, if you go to a bar or something, back when we used to enjoy life, you used to actually go out and see music. Remember those days? Like, you go into, like, a bar or something, you see, like, a little live band locally, and then they have, like, their little fan base, and these people, there's something wrong with them. Like, they think it's a fucking cover band in a bar, and they act like they're actually watching Bon Jovi live at Madison Square Garden. Like, they're, And there's always that one jerk-off that's got, like, nothing going for them. No musical fucking talent whatsoever. But they find a tambourine and they gotta stand there in front of the band like the fucking monkey from The Shining. And that's exactly what happened. There was this fat little man. I mean, and he's like, oh, I gotta play. Like, he thought he was the band, and he's got two tambourines, and he's like this, like fucking Tarzan, having some kind of an epileptic fit playing with. I just wanted the drummer to take the fucking tambourine and bang it over his fucking head, because he had no rhythm, and he's there. I mean, I don't understand these people. Go sit down. What the fuck are you bothering people? Let the band do their job. Just the whole world is fucking annoying. Okay, this is why the coronavirus is mutating. And not enough of the right people got it the first time. Okay, so it had to mutate to come back around and get. So, listen, if you go see a band, or now it's one guitar player, but if you're fortunate enough to see some live music. Nowadays, we live in a footloose. Don't fucking ruin it for everybody else. Go, just sit down in the corner, okay? Listen to the music, enjoy yourself, order food, order fucking drink, and don't bother nobody. Anyway, spend your Friday wrap up. See you when I see you.